Okay.
You'll just have to take it off.
Okay. All right. That's good. Thank you. We've been so lucky to keep all together.
Muted until you're.
Okay,
That's
so
what-
don't
that's
touch
what-
You've got the script.
Oh.
Don't touch anything.
So even though it's wrong, nobody's
Oh,
showing up. You don't need to be
correct.
careful what I say.
And so nice to meet you. I love this color. It is nice. It is nice. So I don't.
Okay, do you want to?
Um, just do it like. How are we doing? Stand. Like,
The mic's in a good place.
is it? And I keep the mic on when I have my new robe on, right? Yes, of course, because that. Okay. Right, got it. Yep, got it. Thank you. Thank you for assistance. We agree. Look. I missed that.
I do not. I'm quite clear on that. I don't think anyone is wearing it. Sure. Now, I understand how much you need to
Okay.
unclip and stuff. Or if you take this,
I take
right?
this off.
Okay,
Like,
and then you hand it to Nancy.
I'm very nervous about that. Yep, I do this.
And you don't need any clothes.
I have no. I do this,
Hand
and
it to
then
Nancy,
I
and-
undo this, and then
both
I
of
will.
us- No, I take it.
And,
And then Nancy and I both
Right.
will row.
right.
And we're going to do it slowly.
Yeah, so I,
Low.
yes.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now we need. Is that? Okay. I just hope that, yes, this is my one part I'm going to be like fussing about. See, I can do it too. I'm going to do it to my blouse.
That's good.
And then, yeah, and then hopefully. Yeah. So, how is my supposed to be? No, this one. Okay, and it's fine. Okay. 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 Do I take my
Do you want
mask
our
off?
mask?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, yeah, but I'll keep it.
Yes, please. Thank you.
When I cry.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. What am I
Yeah.
going to do?
Like I cry at commercials, so.
I do as well, and that's why this morning I said,
Yeah. Yeah.
I've already.
Yeah.
That's what I'm afraid of. Like that, my mascara will run down my face, down my white suit. It'll be hilarious.
I bet it'll be happy tears, Mark. Or that. No, you're right. It's underground.
One of my cousins, baby. This morning I'm doing my thing and I'm going.
Oh, great. Perfect. I was going to try to get a picture of the two of you.
Great story to tell to dinner. Very nice though. Oh, we're doing it one too. Good.
Yes. Oh, this is a lovely guy. Haven't met her kids.
I know. I was thinking this. I was thinking the same. Jen. Really anything. It's just so cute, and then he for her family.
Oh,
It's just
the
so
EMT
nice.
there is just unbelievable.
Good.
And
Like it is a wedding,
the
except Kim
endocrinologist
said
is really good as well. So I was very
it is a wedding.
really
He's
was fortunate.
going to the anniversary.
Really isn't dead after surgery. It was supposed to be done last year.
Yeah, I was reading.
Do you want us back? Where do you want?
Nancy and
Thank you. I now invite you to take your seats.
Kwe Ani. Good afternoon, everyone. I am offering remarks on behalf of Gima Laforme from the Mississaugas of the Credit. I would like to acknowledge the Creator, the world around us, and our place within it. I acknowledge the many nations that walked this land in the past, the many who walk it today, and welcome you to the treaty land and territory of the Mississaugas of the Anishinaabe. On behalf of his nation, Gima Laforme would like to congratulate you for having the courage and conviction to take on such a challenging and rewarding role. He offers us this prayer for today and to use during challenging and difficult times. We give thanks to the Creator for allowing this gathering. We ask that He guide us in today's process and forgive us when we falter and disappoint. For though we aspire to greatness, we are only human after all. Grant us a clear mind, a pure heart, and courage. A clear mind to make well thought out, intelligent decisions. A pure heart to make decisions that are reflective of who we are, and the courage to use both a clear mind and a pure heart in our lives. Let us set aside small differences. Let us concentrate on the real issues. Let us not get bogged down in the rhetoric. Let us leave here with a feeling of accomplishments and pride. Most important, let us remember that we are not adversaries, nor are we enemies. We share a similar past, a kindred spirit, and a common heritage. We must always remember the real reason we gather, to do the right thing for our people, our children, our future, and our world. Chi-miigwech.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lawrence Hill. I'm an author as well as a University of Guelph creative writing professor at the College of Arts and the chair of the President's Advisory Committee on Anti-Racism. It's my pleasure to serve as your MC for this afternoon's proceedings. I'd like to thank Carol Waycamp for bringing greetings from Jima Stacy Laforme, representing the Mississaugas of the Credit. The University of Guelph community is grateful for our opportunity to learn, teach, research, work, laugh, collaborate, and celebrate on these lands. As a person of both African and European heritage, my people's and I have benefited profoundly from all the ways that Indigenous people have given to us and from all the ways that we have taken from them. I support the goals of reconciliation, respect, opportunity, and autonomy for Indigenous peoples, and I'm here to keep learning, to working together, and to collaborating in the advancement of an anti-racist culture here at the university and across the country. As we celebrate the installation of Dr. Charlotte Yates as the university's 9th president and vice chancellor, we're also celebrating this exciting new chapter for the students, staff, faculty, alumni, and partners like you who make up the Griffin community. I want to welcome each of you with us in person at the War Memorial Hall, as well as all of you for joining us virtually. For those of you who are joining us in person, I've been asked to remind you that masking protocols remain in place for the duration of our ceremony this afternoon. Today, we're joined by Kara Waycamp, Special Advisor to the President on Indigenous Initiatives, Ogimakwe Veronica Smith, Chippewas of the Nawash Unceded First Nation, Senator Rob Black, Member of Parliament for Guelph, Lloyd Longfield, the Honorable Lisa Thompson, Minister of Agriculture, Food, Rural Affairs, Member of Provincial Parliament for Guelph, Mike Schreiner, MPP Ted Arnott, Speaker of the Ontario Legislative Assembly, Mayor of Guelph, Cam Guthrie, leaders of other post-secondary institutions, former University of Guelph Chancellors Pamela Wallen and Martha Billis, members of the university's leadership team, staff, students, faculty, and alumni, donors, friends, and community partners, distinguished guests, and of course, Dr. Yates and your family and friends. It's a special offer for me to serve as MC. Dr. Yates is more than a university president. She's also an avid hiker, a devoted celebrant of the ties that bind us in the university and beyond, and a friend. Friendship does allow for certain privileges. For example, it's not terribly rare or unusual to receive a text or an email from Charlotte that says, I would like to consult you about A, B, or C. I've got a bit of a tight schedule, but how about a 75-minute walk tomorrow, and would 6:30 in the morning work for you? Charlotte is the kind of friend leader to whom you never wish to say no. You want to support her goals and aspirations because you know that she supports yours. Today is a celebratory occasion. We're celebrating not only the appointment of a new president for the university, but of a renewed vision for our shared aspirations as a community. For many of us, it's the first large event we are attending, whether in person or virtually, certainly mine, since the pandemic first began. That too is worth celebrating. And of course, we're celebrating the University of Guelph as a community of compassionate and hardworking change makers. I came to the university in 2016, and it's been an incredibly rich experience as a professor, but also as a person who's come to know and collaborate with a wide spectrum of students, professors, and administrators. I thank Dr. Yates for helping to create an environment in which we are excited to get to know each other and to accomplish things, the small gestures and the big steps, together. If you would like to share your wishes for Dr. Yates or for the University of Guelph community on social media, we encourage you to do so using the hashtag UOG9th. It's now my pleasure to introduce the chair of the University of Guelph Board of Governors, Shauneen Bruder. I'll just put my mask back on, Shauneen. There we go. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence. I want to echo Lawrence's words of welcome to each of you, our distinguished guests, for joining us in this important moment for the university. And Lawrence, I agree wholeheartedly with you. Doesn't it feel so wonderful to be able to gather in larger groups again? In addition to being the chair of the university's Board of Governors, I'm also a proud University of Guelph alumna. Since my own graduation ceremony, as my children say, before electricity, University of Guelph has remained an integral part of my life. Whether you're a student, a staff member, faculty, alumni, or a partner who shares in our community's vision, you will know that there is something so special about this university that keeps people here always engaging and rooting for our growth as a collective. Universities are places that develop the whole person. They instill a discerning, questioning curiosity about the big questions facing us. They prompt us to think and assess critically the information we receive, and they help us to grow as citizens of the world. The installation of a new president and vice chancellor is perhaps one of the most significant and celebratory engagements as a university. It's customary for post-secondary institutional leaders to send greetings as they share in this sentiment, and we're delighted to have Rhonda Lenton, president of York University, in the audience today. Rhonda, thank you for joining us. Between the bustle of classes, exams, lessons planned, partnership development, installations give us pause to reflect on the progress we've made as a community and how we've moved forward together, ensuring that we continue to innovate our academic programming, produce impactful research discoveries, and contribute to a more equitable, just, and compassionate world. Today's installation of Dr. Charlotte Yates represents the beginning of a particularly important chapter in the University of Guelph's story. For the past 2 years, as you all know, the world has faced many challenges as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. But in true University of Guelph fashion, we rallied. We leaned on one another, and we continued to contribute to the world around us through vaccination clinics, community donations of PPE, and unrelenting patience, adaptation, and compassion, and not a small dose of resiliency. As we reflect on all that we've learned over the last 2 years as individuals and as an institution, today's installation represents an important opportunity for our community. I'm delighted that we will be guided on how we embrace this opportunity and this next phase of our journey under the leadership of Dr. Yates. And I know I am not the only one who wishes to share my excitement with you. We'll now hear from just a few of those who would like to congratulate you today. Charlotte.
This is an amazing moment in time for the history of our university, and it speaks so much to the trailblazer and the work that you've done all these years to get yourself here. But in all honesty, you're getting women here. I mean, after all, the first president who is a woman of the University of Guelph, you're a remarkable role model, and I am so proud to be one of those people who is working on your team.
In addition to the impressive credentials and experience that Charlotte was bringing to the University of Guelph when she was appointed provost in 2015, it was impossible to miss her contagious energy, excitement, and passion.
This appointment is well deserved, Charlotte. You have proven yourself time and time again throughout your previous term as interim president. I am confident that your past experiences as provost of the U of G and as dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences at McMaster University will serve you well as you meet the challenges before the university, while also enhancing the reputation for quality and excellence, both nationally and internationally.
Dr. Yates, the retirees welcome your clear vision of an inclusive, comprehensive, and multidisciplinary institution, one that recognizes that there is no science without culture and no culture without science.
President Yates continues an important tradition of the senior leadership of the University of Guelph giving back to our local community. We appreciate President Yates' personal and the organization's commitment to the United Way and our work to strengthen and improve lives locally.
I'm very excited that Charlotte Yates is being installed as the president of the University of Guelph. First of all, because she's a woman president, which is a rare thing, and also because of what she's done in her time as interim president and also as provost. We've seen all sorts of change, so I'm really excited for what lies ahead.
I've had the opportunity to work with Charlotte on the President's Advisory Committee on Indigenous Initiatives and also on the President's Advisory Committee on Anti-Racism. This is a great asset having Charlotte as the president due to her capability, her knowledge, and her compassion.
I think that Charlotte, in my experience since being an undergrad and now as a grad student, has always been someone that pays attention to what people are saying, as well as whenever she doesn't know something, tends to ask the room and creates that culture where it's okay to ask and learn.
You're our champion, and you encourage us to be brave and bold through our shared commitment to the university.
You have the right combination of passion and dedication required to lead us through this current decade and also to lay the groundwork for the future years of this university.
It's incredibly meaningful to have a female leader, a woman of distinction at that, at the helm of such a significant institution in our community.
Congratulations upon becoming the new president of the University of Guelph and for persevering through the past 2 years with such wisdom and grace.
Yes, congratulations for becoming the new president. I think one of the characteristics we admire about you is that you're a good listener and you ask good questions. We've always enjoyed our conversations, and I'm sure that characteristic's going to hold you in good stead as you move the university forward.
I have had the pleasure of knowing her since she landed here since 2015, and what a wonderful, wonderful leader we have in our city. I know that the motto or the slogan for the University of Guelph is improve life, and you embody that, President Yates, and you do that not only locally on campus within the University of Guelph, but you improve life in our entire city because of how you give back.
Charlotte, on behalf of the entire University of Manitoba community, I want to congratulate you on your installation as president. I know you started your academic career in Winnipeg, and so I want to bring you full circle here in this lovely province of ours. Congratulations, all the best. Guelph is lucky to have you.
Perhaps one day we should go walking on the forks. That would be wonderful. From students and faculty to staff and community partners, it's evident how excited our community is for this next stage of the university's future under the leadership of Dr. Yates. With that in mind, it's time for us to move into this afternoon's formal proceedings. It's my pleasure to introduce Vice Chair of the Board of Governors, Nancy Brown Anderson, and to reintroduce Shauneen Bruder, Chair of the Board of Governors, for the installation of Dr. Charlotte Yates.
Good afternoon, everyone. When we began our search for the president of the University of Guelph, the Presidential Selection Committee consulted widely with community members. It was abundantly clear that our community desired an inspiring and global minded leader with impressive scholarly credentials, a deep concern for the student experience, an unwavering commitment to equity and inclusion, and a strong and distinguished leadership track record in a complex environment. Above all, the president needed to be a person of unassailable integrity, someone whose words and actions are rooted in a strong ethical foundation. Dr. Yates, working with you as provost, as interim president, and now as the formerly installed 9th president of the University of Guelph, I have learned that our community is in good hands with you at the helm. Madam Chair, I have the honor to present to you Dr. Charlotte A. B. Yates. Madam Chair, on behalf of the Board of Governors of this university, I ask you to install Charlotte Yates as the President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Guelph.
Do you, Charlotte Yates, pledge yourself to perform the duties of the President of the University of Guelph as prescribed by law and by the statutes of the university? And do you promise to defend the rules and to promote the welfare of the university and the members thereof?
I do.
Install you, Charlotte Yates, in the office of President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Guelph, and I invest you with the authority and I charge you with the responsibilities pertaining to that office. On behalf of the Board of Governors of the University of Guelph and the University of Guelph community, it is my pleasure to congratulate you on your installations, President Yates. As an alumna and as the chair of the Board of Governors, it brings me great pride to know that you are serving as the president of this great institution and that the university's mission and growth will benefit from your thoughtful, tenacious, and strategic leadership. As I've watched you and worked with you over the last few years, and yes, Lawrence, I have been the recipient of many of those same texts, you have exhibited all the traits of strong leaders: a strong vision, real courage, crisis management skills, yes, character and integrity, and the wisdom to surround yourself with a strong team. Your skills and experiences, combined with your incredible capacity, will serve our community so well. We look forward to all that we will accomplish together next as a community under your leadership, Charlotte. Congratulations.
Hello and thank you for the opportunity to speak at today's historic installation for our new president, Dr. Charlotte Yates. I am honored to be here representing all students across all campuses. For those who may not know me, I am Justin Mahaly, a fourth-year student at the University of Guelph-Humber, co-chair of the Student Senate Caucus, and a student member of the Board of Governors. Having worked very closely with President Yates, I could tell you firsthand that the university has chosen an amazing president. President Yates, you have led us through one of the most challenging times in our university's history. Working with you over the course of the pandemic, I know you have shown great resilience. Throughout the pandemic, I have been very vocal on student issues, and maybe at times too vocal. But you have always listened to these concerns and worked very closely with students to ensure that the quality of our academic experience was not hindered by this public health emergency. This year, we invited you to all our Student Senate Caucus meetings, and by joining our meetings, you have had an incredible impact on making our student senators more active than ever. Students feel welcome to voice their opinions at Senate meetings in front of senior administration, and I believe much of this is attributed to your involvement with the Student Senate Caucus. I know you will continue to take this student-centric approach to your leadership, and I am excited to see the growth of our academic programs and the student experience under your presidency. Throughout President Yates' career, she has been a champion for equity, diversity, and inclusion in research, professional work, and learning environments. A few examples of this have been introducing indigenization efforts in governance and curriculum practices, and creating the President's Advisory Committee on Anti-Racism. The university still has a lot of work to do in this area, but I know all students will benefit from President Yates' commitment to creating a more safe and equitable experience. On behalf of all the students at the University of Guelph-Humber, I want to thank Dr. Yates for empowering me throughout my university experience to bring greater collaboration between the two schools. I joined the Senate and Board of Governors to grow Guelph-Humber's presence in conversations, in important institutional conversations, and President Yates has empowered me to be a louder voice in the room on committees to make sure that the GH opinion is heard. I know President Yates will pursue initiatives to support the growth of the University of Guelph-Humber and build a stronger partnership, as she truly understands what makes our campus and community so special. President Yates, on behalf of all students at our university, I am delighted to congratulate you on your installation. I am excited and hopeful for the future of the university, and I know I'm not the only one.
My hope is for the university to abide in what I see as our enthusiastic commitment to our people and to our place, a commitment that will enable us to thrive, to discover new things, and to care about each other along the way. As dean and as a feminist in a leadership role, I've come to admire and appreciate President Yates' leadership in the areas of equity, diversity, inclusion, and decolonization. I've also come to see her vision for wellness and sustainability as it applies to our teaching, research, and the way the university as a whole operates. Under President Yates, I hope to see the University of Guelph embrace connections across a wide range of sectors as part of our continued plan for financial sustainability.
Consequently, the answers and solutions we will need to navigate the future will require deep scholarship, critical thinking, and an interdisciplinary mindset. They will require innovation that runs from concept to implementation, putting knowledge into action. In short, The answers and solutions needed to navigate the future will require institutions precisely like the University of Guelph. If ever University of Guelph's approach for improving life was needed, it's now. Speaking as a member of university management, I want to congratulate President Yates on her appointment and wish her the best of luck in putting her knowledge into action and charting her course for the university's future.
And I hope that the university continues to make strides and continues to make systemic change to create a more equitable learning landscape. And I'm just really excited to see what's in store for the future.
And the work that you've done on the Automotive Partnership Council, the diversity and inclusion, the work around Indigenous rights, women's rights, it's fantastic that you're going to be helping to lead us into the new technologies, new future.
I'm excited to see us continue to be the destination for the brightest minds in our country and internationally. That we would be the place where people know that they can come with different and divergent ideas, because it is the best of this diversity that we need to truly improve life.
My hope for the University of Guelph in the coming years is to keep working on Indigenous and minority rights.
And I know that under Charlotte's leadership, the University of Guelph will continue to play an essential role in our community here in Guelph, and will continue to produce outstanding research that improves life.
You know, as a Black queer international student, would hopefully be, you know, the continuation of a culture of inclusion, hopefully where most students feel not only like they belong, but they have the exact same opportunities provided to them as any other students. And I really think that Charlotte can help create that sort of culture and climate.
I look forward to our continued work together to advance our unique and successful partnership in the University of Guelph-Humber. And I know the University of Guelph will build on its proud history and thrive under your leadership in the coming years.
I only hope to see us continue to reach new heights as we improve life, and that we put people at the center of everything we do.
So my hope for the University of Guelph over the next few years is that students continue to feel heard in terms of their concerns, and that Guelph is an inclusive campus space for them, and that regardless of where our Griffins are learning, they feel like they're part of the Guelph community and that Guelph is their home.
I know that under the leadership of Professor Charlotte Yates, the 9th President and Vice Chancellor of this university, we will be immensely proud of the contributions that the University of Guelph will make to the city of Guelph, the province of Ontario, Canada, and indeed the world.
I'd just like to add to those wonderful comments by saying I personally have seen how beautifully invested Dr. Yates is in the day-to-day life of the university community, including the creation of an annual common reading program called Griffins Read, and Dr. Yates comes out and greets the visiting author each year, as well as, of course, creating the President's Anti-Racism Advisory Committee and welcoming advice and input even when it's coming in directions that she might not anticipate. I think that's a sign of a strong and capable and forward-looking leader to be open to advice, even unexpected advice. As these community members have shared, we're in an exciting time for the University of Guelph community. We're looking back and reflecting on the core values of our identity as a community and how these values will continue to guide our future plans. An integral part of this university's identity is our namesake. The university was named after the great city of Guelph. The richness of this city, its roots in agriculture, food and rural life, as well as its strengths in sustainability, compassion, and inclusivity, have both immersed themselves and are reflected in the culture of the university. The university has likewise contributed to the growth of the city, bringing important partnerships that have helped to uplift individuals and businesses through academic and research partnerships. This afternoon's outstanding musical performer represents the best of Guelph. Nephi is a singer-songwriter who hails from this great city. Neffy won the 2013 Grand Prize in Canada's Walk of Fame RBC Emerging Artist Music Mentorship Program, claiming the substantial cash prize as well as studio recording time and industry mentorship. Following her win, Neffy opened for Canadian icon Burton Cummings during his Canada's Walk of Fame festival performance at Massey Hall, and signed a recording contract with Universal Music Canada. Adopting her name from Queen Nefertiti, Neffy stands to lead and empower women and men to accept their real beauty, not succumbing to the pressures of perfection defined by today's culture. We're delighted to be witnessing Neffy's talents live today.
Hello. Yeah, I'm honored to be here. I think that anything can be achieved in the highest form as long as it comes from a place of love, as long as we show up and we're present for that love. The song's called We All Need Love. Mama, look at me, I've fallen asleep, locked inside my dream. I close my eyes, can't see the truth stare back at me. What's happening? Babies washed on the beach, gunfire and broken feet. They head for the hills, but I'm stuck on rap battles, Drake and Mills, Champagne, Hollywood Hills. Am I for real? And I said, ooh, child, have I lost my mind? We all need love, we all need love, we all need love. If nothing at all, we all need love, we all need love, we all need love. If nothing at all. Mama, I get confused. Tell me about the news. Who's right, who's wrong? Celebrity for press, black lives irrelevant. Some win, some lose. And I said, ooh, child, have we lost our minds? We all need love, we all need love, we all need love. If nothing at all. We all need love, we all need love, we all need love. If nothing at all. I tell you better days gon' come. Call me a dreamer, won't let you down. I see those better days gon' come. I'm still a dreamer. Won't let you down. We all need love, we all need love, we all need love. If nothing at all. We all need love, we all need love, we all need love. If nothing at all. We all need love, we all need love, we all need love. Or nothing at all.
Thank you, Nephi. We all need love indeed. Feels like that song came straight out of the bone marrow. That was beautiful. Thank you. You've captured the spirit in which we gather today to celebrate the ways in which the University of Guelph enables each of us to pursue our potential and become the best versions of ourselves. There are a number of notable alumni from the university who are making impactful change around the world, but there are perhaps none more well known than Dr. Roberta Bondar. The first Canadian woman and the world's first neurologist in space, Dr. Roberta Bondar is globally recognized for her pioneering contributions to space medicine research, fine art photography, and environmental education. This past January marked the 30th anniversary of her 8-day mission aboard Space Shuttle Discovery, where she conducted experiments for 18 countries in the first International Microgravity Laboratory, a precursor to the International Space Station. Dr. Bondar graduated from the University of Guelph with a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture in 1968 and was then bestowed an honorary Doctorate of Science in 1990. Dr. Bondar has been a champion for the university and has shared the impact that her formative years at the university played on the career she has since built. As we mark this important occasion for the university, she has graciously shared a few words with us through this video message.
Hi there. My greetings to the members of the Board of Governors, students, staff, faculty, my fellow alumni, friends and partners of the University of Guelph, distinguished guests, and Dr. Charlotte Yates, 9th President and Vice Chancellor, University of Guelph. What a great privilege it is for me to share some thoughts with you on this exciting day. As one of the over 185,000 alumni from 60 countries and counting, I would like to add my personal congratulations to you, President Yates, on this historic installation. For those who are about to enter the orbit of the University of Guelph, and for those already circling the globe bearing hexadecimal Charlie 20430 red and 60 black, U of G's primary colors, your leadership and vision will confer upon all of us strength, pride, and excellence as this university builds a better future for Canada and the world. And that world will always face challenge and change. The University of Guelph's high-quality, relevant education based on diligent and creative innovative research will touch lives far beyond any physical definition of an institution. The future is not just for the young, I might add. It's for all of us, all of the time. What the future will look like for the University of Guelph will rest on your shoulders and the team with which you work, students, faculty, staff, alumni, even those in government and beyond traditional geopolitical boundaries of thought. Your commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion will visibly move the bar higher as we walk the talk together to be the best ethical earthlings we can be. From athletics and academic courses through experiential work that I experienced, and now there's even more some 5+ decades after my graduation from OAC 68, this diversity of opportunity is the key to fulfillment and success. Certainly, my post-secondary school path began, coincidentally, The first year U of G became, well, U of G way back in '64. Friendships that I had made with fellow students studying at McDonald Institute remain strong, as is their support of U of G. Athletics taught me about defying gravity through my participation in intercollegiate basketball and archery teams. Diverse courses in agriculture, plant science, advanced embryology at OAC, physiology pathology at OVC, and communication at Wellington College formed the groundwork for my future medical and celestial studies. The University of Guelph really did give me the firepower to represent the international community on the Space Shuttle Discovery. A well-prepared woman was not to be denied. Otherwise, Canadian space history would be different, and no doubt less diverse. And now there is you, President Yates, a woman about to launch herself and the university into the pages of Canadian history. I wish you the best of health and happiness, courage and the strength of tradition, the joy and fulfillment of leading and sharing, following and learning, and all the while empowering others with University of Guelph enlightenment. Not simple, but big ideas are never simple to execute. You just need to keep diversity of people, thought, and experience front and center. Every day one gets up, there is a new opportunity to start over again. It creates room for innovation regardless of where or who we are, or at what age we will attain. That's how to defy gravity. Congratulations, President Yates. We are counting on you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Barndar and Dr. Yates, for inspiring me and perhaps each of us to be ethical earthlings. Dr. Barndar's message serves as a valedictorian speech in today's proceedings. In many ways, she serves as a testament to what is possible when we combine an education from the University of Guelph with perseverance, compassion, and creativity. Indeed, I know we're all here today because we believe the University of Guelph prepares the kinds of graduates and the kinds of timely research the world desperately needs to tackle our most pressing global problems. As I know we are keen to hear about Dr. Yates' vision for the university's growth under her leadership. So, it is now my great pleasure to introduce the 9th President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Guelph, Dr. Charlotte Yates.
This is a little overwhelming. I'll just start with that comment. That wasn't the opening line of her remarks, but it is coming from the heart. So I want to say thank you all for being with us this afternoon. And I want to start with a sense of place, which is so University of Guelph. We're gathering here in a place called War Memorial Hall, built with the support of our dedicated alumni in recognition of 109 students from the Ontario Agriculture College who died during World War I. This is a poignant space for us to convene today. Built in the shadows of a significant conflict, we come together today with a different war underway in Europe. In times of uncertainty, buildings such as this allow us to come together as a community. Classes gather here. Lectures by famous artists, musicians, and authors resonate in these walls. And celebrations such as today's installation have been hosted here for more than 100 years. Already today, we've had the pleasure of hearing from Cara Waycamp, Shauneen Bruder and Nancy Brown Anderson from the Board of Governors, University of Guelph-Humber student Justin Mahali, Dr. Roberta Bondar, and of course, my friend and colleague Lawrence Hill. We have also witnessed the art and stylings of Neffy and the student drummers, Genevieve Borg, Emma McNeil, Jessica Notwell, and Paige Saunders. When I arrived here at the University of Guelph a little over 6 years ago, I knew about our storied agricultural and veterinary colleges and our leadership in international development and community engaged scholarship. We were then and continue to be recognized for the rich learning environment we create inside and outside the classroom, our strong sense of campus cohesion, and our abiding commitment to environmental sustainability. I knew a lot about U of G when I arrived here, but I had yet to truly understand the genius of the University of Guelph. For those of you who may not know me, I've studied and worked at universities for more than 40 years. I started when I was 5. They are, by their nature, transformative institutions of the lives of students, of the planet, and as Roberta Bondar reminds us, beyond. I can speak to this transformation firsthand. Never had I thought let me pause. Never had I thought, as a young girl growing up in rural Manitoba, that I would be standing in front of you today as the University of Guelph's first woman president. There is no doubt that my education played a critical role in achieving this milestone. This afternoon, I want to focus my remarks on our genius, what makes us incredible, and how I, as the 9th President and Vice Chancellor, hope to build on that genius so that I leave our university and our planet a better place. For those of you who don't know, the University of Guelph's mission is quite simply to improve life. We achieve this by transforming the life of each and every student with our commitment to offering a rich student education and experience, by crossing disciplinary boundaries in our unparalleled pursuit of truth and creativity as we seek to solve the world's wicked problems, by creating knowledge that we turn into action and impact the world, and by building a culture and a community in which we thrive at work and at play. This is the true genius of the University of Guelph. And yet, after 2 years of a pandemic punctuated by one crisis after another, I've come to understand that we cannot take our genius for granted. We cannot become too comfortable. Now, more than ever, our world needs excellent institutions of higher education to foster the innovators, leaders, and problem solvers of the future. In these times of uncertainty and doubt, we call on democratic institutions like our university to lead us through these challenges, to be bold, visionary, and yet steadfastly faithful to our civic-minded values. Today, as I am installed as president, I commit with working with each of you, I will strive every day to meet this call. And today, in the presence of current and former colleagues, students, partners, friends, family, I want to outline my vision for how we will build upon and inspire our continued genius. Just as my parents dreamed big for me, I dream big for the University of Guelph. For the past 18 months, I've been listening to you. You here, but all of you who are listening online. Together, we will advance our pursuit of greatness by pursuing global excellence and building on our strengths. To achieve global excellence, we must recruit the best faculty and staff and recruit the best students. This means opening our doors to diverse and global communities, actively building an institution that prioritizes equity and inclusion, and strengthening partnerships with Indigenous peoples and communities. I also want to champion a reimagined student experience that creates more opportunities to transform the lives of our students. Under my leadership, we will be recognized nationally and globally for our unique commitment to mobilizing knowledge into action, and for our deep and distinctive interdisciplinarity. I will ensure we continue to push the limits in our unique approach to learning, built on our history, but decidedly focused on solving the problems of the future. And at a time of climate emergency, the world needs our expertise and civic engagement in environmental sustainability. I pledge to build on our commitment and become a leader in this area. Finally, I will work with you to continue building our sense of community and reconnect the social fibers that have been frayed as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. In this time of great uncertainty, we will come together stronger than ever before, leveraging our genius to improve life, both on campus and around the globe. A few minutes ago, I articulated my desire to pursue greatness and global excellence grounded in our strengths and values. This vision is built upon a strong foundation. We heard earlier from Dr. Roberta Bondar, a proud alumna, who, amongst her many accomplishments, was the first Canadian woman in space. As a scientist who studied the fields of biology, zoology, and agriculture, before becoming a medical doctor, Dr. Bondar now uses the power of her photography to advance environmental advocacy. She is the perfect example of an interdisciplinary thinker, nurtured and supported at this very institution, who went on positively to impact the world with her work. And that is what global excellence is truly about. It is about taking our genius and using it to make the world a better place. Under my leadership, we will seek out new strategic international partnerships that will create more opportunities for students, faculty, and staff. We will attain the world-renowned grants, awards, and partnerships needed to sustain and grow the impactful research and discoveries we make. And we will be recognized amongst the world's top institutions. We will lay the foundations for a future Nobel Prize winner right here at U of G. This requires long-term commitment and work that must start today. We must also recognize that global excellence can only be achieved through a focus on and commitment to indigeneity, diversity, equity, and inclusion. To be the best, we must recruit the best. Students, faculty, staff with different experiences, different backgrounds, and different perspectives. And we must elevate and advance those voices that are underrepresented today. Our commitment to indigenization is outlined in our Indigenous Initiative Strategy that includes 147 recommendations aimed at fostering and strengthening Indigenous programming across campus. Our journey of reconciliation, decolonization, and anti-racism is further grounded in the work of the President's advisory committees on Indigenous initiatives and anti-racism. Through these efforts, we have increased scholarship supports for Indigenous and racialized students, hired more Indigenous and Black faculty, and are building new curricula. These are positive steps forward, but there is still more work to be done. As President, I will continue this work on behalf of all students, faculty, and staff. I will lead us boldly into the future with visionary ideas that will achieve global excellence, driven by our commitments to equity, diversity, inclusion, and indigeneity. Many of you will already know the story of the Honorable Lincoln Alexander, the first Black member of Parliament in Canada, who many of you may not know, also served an unprecedented 5 terms as Chancellor of the university. For those of you who are lucky enough to know him, it was clear how much Link believed quality is an essential element for creating more opportunities for everyone. To this day, I meet former students for whom Convocation hosted by Link was a highlight of their time here. You have my commitment that we will provide the opportunities and rich learning environment that the Honorable Lincoln Alexander championed, ensuring we lift everyone up as we work to achieve global excellence. A key component of this work will involve reimagining the student experience to support our students in translating their education into a successful future. This will be a key focus of my tenure. By further increasing access to experiential learning, we can ensure that students are able to translate their education into meaningful impact no matter where they choose to work. For more than 30 years, I have been involved in advancing experiential education for students, whether through the more than $10 million in research grants I have been awarded throughout my career, my work in placing more than 100 students in employer-based research programs, and my mentorship of dozens of undergraduates and graduates alike. I believe in experiential learning because I know how transformative it can be. Our joint collaboration between the University of Guelph, Humber, is recognized for its innovative approach to post-secondary education. UGH was the first in Ontario to offer students the opportunity to earn both an honors degree and a college diploma in just 4 years. Today, UGH offers all students experiential learning opportunities, including supports for those who want to pursue an international experience. A key learning of the COVID-19 pandemic was that experiential learning is only further enhanced through digitization. We've had to carefully examine how we replicate our rich in-person learning experiences in a virtual world. Together, we were able to allow a greater number of students to access experiential learning during the pandemic. At the same time, we created more access for international students and alumni to connect to our university. As a woman from a rural community, small rural community, I know just how important access can be in preparing students for the future. I grew up in a town of 3,000 people with no natural network to call on. I was privileged to have accessed new networks made available to me through my post-secondary education and throughout my career. We have long recognized this common challenge in rural communities. Our Ridgetown campus is providing students with access to comprehensive diploma, certificate, and continuing education programs that are giving graduates the experience and network and education needed to find work in their fields of study. Experiential learning is truly transformative. We know that by creating these opportunities, we are encouraging our students to innovate and find new ways to solve old problems. At the Lang School of Business and Economics, graduates are learning to think beyond business. Students are taught business can serve its community, that sustainability, ethical management, and socially informed research and educational approaches are key to achieving business for good. At Lang, students are also transforming their own lives for the better. I am reminded of the story of Banky Alaid, a UG student who initially struggled with his transition to post-secondary education. Despite his initial challenges in balancing his courses and his competitive athletic pursuits, he found incredible success with the support of his coaches, campus resources like the Learning Commons, and faculty from the Lang School of Business and Economics. Banky not only discovered a love for marketing at Lang, he has also contributed positively to our institution by providing networking and mentorship opportunities to other students, as he founded the Guelph Black Professionals Initiative. In his short time here, Banky is already making the world a better place. Under my tenure, we will aim to provide each and every student with at least one experiential learning opportunity during their time at the university. Our students are inquisitive and courageous. They look to the future in terms of possibility. We must give them the educational experience needed to seize those opportunities of the future. Luckily, UG has long understood the importance of bringing together different disciplines to solve the world's most challenging problems. The Ontario Agriculture College has a tradition of placing interdisciplinarity at the core of everything it does. Today, the OAC and the Ontario Veterinary College are recognized world leaders in their disciplines. Our collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs is evidence of this. Through initiatives like the Ontario Food Innovation Alliance, we are advancing research and innovation in the agri-food sector, while also promoting rural economic development. We are also living up to our reputation as Canada's leading food university. We are privileged to have students and faculty at OAC and OVC who are unquestionably at the forefront of their academic fields. Take, for example, the remarkable story of Dr. Michelle Oblak, who was able to combine her ingenuity in veterinary science with colleagues in studio art to remove a cancerous tumor from a Dachshund skull and replace it with a 3D printed custom implant. A feat unimaginable even a few short years earlier. This procedure not only marked a veterinary first in North America, but also signaled the potential for new breakthroughs in cancer research. Dr. Oblak pushed the limits of conventional thinking. To foster these types of achievements into the future, we must create spaces that inspire dialogue, creativity, and collaboration on our campuses. Spaces like the renovated McKinnon building, which will be the home of the Improv Lab and the theater program. This remarkable new environment for collaboration and interdisciplinary research will provide a publicly accessible space where researchers, students, partners, and community members can collaborate. Improvisation is critical for innovation. We know this space will be a catalyst for creativity that will benefit our world for generations to come. Other spaces on campus, like the One Health Institute, are helping to lead Canada in a conversation about understanding health differently. Our One Health Institute and One Health degree are the first of their kind in North America. They are paving the way for conversations with government and the G20 on how a multidisciplinary approach to understanding health can prevent future pandemics, while also connecting the burgeoning climate crisis to our individual and community health. By leveraging the very best parts of what may have appeared to be very different fields, we've been able to think across boundaries and develop more creative and innovative ideas. Today, One Health is successfully developing graduates with the unique skills needed to address complex health issues affecting the world. Our approach to engineering is similarly unique. Where many believe specialization is important to mastering the discipline, we turn this on its head. At U of G, our engineering students learn comprehensively across all disciplines. Design and teamwork are core principles of the curriculum, making our engineering graduates some of the most sought after in Canada. Through interdisciplinarity, graduates gain a holistic perspective and the experience needed to put their academic learnings to practice in solving real-world problems. As president, I will continue to champion interdisciplinarity at this institution. In a time of such drastic change, we will create spaces where different disciplines can collaborate and drive knowledge into action. Earlier, I noted the importance of rebuilding our sense of community while reconnecting our social fibers in a post-pandemic world. We know that community is intrinsic to the University of Guelph's genius. In the midst of a global pandemic, our faculty, staff, and students came together, stronger than ever before, to put a very U of G lens on this most contemporary of big issues. Though we could not campaign in person, our United Way initiative raised nearly $1 million over 2 years when this community needed it so badly. Through the introduction of a pandemics course, faculty, students, and alumni came together to examine and learn with an eye towards better understanding this global challenge. When we sought to run 2 vaccine clinics on our campus, our call for volunteers received an immediate response within a matter of 48 hours of 500 eager U of G community members. And despite the challenges of the pandemic, we were able to provide more financial supports to help our students graduate. This, to me, encapsulates the genius of the University of Guelph. Through one of our generation's most challenging periods, we have emerged stronger, more resilient, and more adaptable through hardship. Under my tenure, we will continue this growth by refocusing and rebuilding our long-standing sense of and commitment to community. As we move back to in-classroom learning, we will continue to prioritize the health and safety of our students, faculty, and staff. We will reintroduce our campus to the rich in-person experiences we've missed the last 2 years, while also maintaining a place for digital collaboration and learning. With restrictions now reaching their end, we hope, I look forward to reconnecting with our incredible students, faculty, staff, alumni, and community in the weeks and months ahead. I have shared with you my vision today. That vision has been shaped by your input and by your actions. Please know I want to continue to hear from you, whether in meetings, walking meetings, classrooms, email, text, coffee. All of these, my friends, colleagues know that these are great ways to stay in touch and to give me their feedback. And in this moment, I want to call you to join me in action, to build on and strive for an even better, stronger, and more sustainable future for the University of Guelph. We must focus our efforts on other key areas. Achieving financial solidity will provide a platform on which we can continue to invest in research chairs, hire the best young faculty, and recruit the best students and staff. Building bridges with our alumni, donors, and other supporters. Moving ever closer to ensuring that U of G is recognized as Canada's top comprehensive university. And developing new, engaging, and innovative ways of solving the challenges of a 21st century world. There is a lot of work to do. So what do I commit to you today? I will work with each of you and our entire community to achieve our core objective, to improve life and to promote our genius on a global scale. Working together, we will strive towards global excellence. We will advance indigeneity, equity, diversity, and inclusion, and improve the lives of our students, faculty, and staff around the globe. Together, we will reinvigorate the student experience and give our students the experiential learning opportunities they need to lift off successfully into their careers. Together, we will build on our history and commitment to interdisciplinarity so that we can continue turning knowledge into action by solving the problems of the future. Together, we will harness our leadership in environmental sustainability to conserve the planet's natural resources and protect the health and well-being of current and future generations. And together, we will rebuild and strengthen our sense of community, a quality so intrinsic to our life here at the University of Guelph and at the City of Guelph. As president, these are responsibilities I am taking on with relentless optimism and hope. I have a deep pride and admiration for what this institution is and where it is going. To say that I feel deeply privileged to lead and advance us into a bolder, knowledge-rich future is an understatement. But I believe we are designed for this. Our faculty are excited by this. Our staff are dedicated to this. And our students come to U of G for this. As I conclude, I want to thank the Installation Steering Committee under the thoughtful leadership of Claire Alexander, Kim McCoggan, Daniel Atlin, and Jen Gauthier-Chalafort for giving us the opportunity today to reflect on our history and all the ways in which we will work together for the good of the world around us. With that, I want to thank you again for being here with us, with me today. Thank you.
Thank you, President Yates, for sharing your passion and your vision. I share your enthusiasm for the important historical achievements, the tremendous progress we've made, and the bright future that awaits this university. As we conclude, I'd like to share my personal congratulations with you, Dr. Yates. Charlotte, if I may, I can't think of a more caring, thoughtful, astute, hardworking, or deserving person to assume this mantle of leadership. I appreciate your commitment to academic excellence, but also to fostering a climate of trust, kindness, respect, and equality in which all members of our university community can thrive. That concludes this installation ceremony for the University of Guelph's 9th President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Charlotte Yates. Whether in person or virtually, thank you to each of you for joining us and taking part in this important occasion for our community. It's been an honor to serve as your MC, and I wish you each the very best for a lovely end to your day. For those of you who are able to join us for our reception and dinner, we look forward to seeing you in Creelman Hall, which you can find by following the guidance of our staff at the exit. If you require transportation to Creelman Hall, please remain in your seats, and our staff members will escort you. Please have completed the University of Guelph COVID-19 daily screening form ready to show at the doors to Creelman. Please rise if you are able for the recession of the platform party and remain until the conclusion of the student drummers' performance. Thank you.